Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. I would like to ask, who is behind Energia AS of Angola? This is With All Due Respect. With all due respect, over the weeks, I have asked about Energia AS of Angola, and I have received many questions about this company. Today, I will want to shine the light on how MEDA has intentionally flouted its own rules and procedures to allow Energia AS, the Angolan and foreign company, to acquire 19% of Ghana's ECG for free. Yes, they have allowed this company from Angola to acquire 19% of Ghana's ECG for free. I say for free because no one from this government, this current NPP government, or from MEDA has had the courage to tell us Ghanaians who is behind Energia AS of Angola. My fellow Ghanaians, I have always told you to focus. Just focus. Don't be distracted. Focus on this Pds scandal because there's more to it than we think. If you have not made up your mind about PDS already, please continue to follow and focus. It will continue to be clearer as we get answers to some of these pertinent questions. The honest truth is, PDS is just a veil created to fleece the American taxpayer and to rob Ghanaians using institutions like MEDA and the Millennium Challenge Corporation, MCC of the United States of America. Hopefully, it would also become clearer why MEDA's actions became systematically deceiving right after the change of government and why the leadership of MEDA were quickly removed after the change of government. It is also important for you to know why Ken Ofori-Attah's longtime and business partner Kelly Kajipo was placed early. Yes, he was placed very early on as the board chair of ECG right after the change of government. This will show you the origin of the fraud of PDS and why PDS cannot be genuine private sector participation. That's the PSP. At best, PDS is the people of Ghana's public assets being used to dubiously enrich a private class of President Akufo-Addo's hand-picked family, friends, and cronies out of key public assets. Obviously, this contravenes the goals and objectives of the Millennium Challenge Corporation. This is also the reason why the private media in the United States have taken a keen interest in this particular scandal. With all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, let us get back to deconstruction of Energia AS. The key unanswered questions again to MEDA is how the Angolan company became part of the Miracle PSP deal. Now, I have some questions, some few questions I would like to ask this government and MEDA. Now, let's move on. I can emphatically tell you, based on all the documents that I have here from MEDA's own records, that Energia AS did not go through the request for interest, that is the ROI. Energia AS did not go through the pre-qualification, that is the RFQ with Miracle. Energia AS from Angola is supposedly not a Ghanaian company. So that will mean that MEDA and Miracle have circumvented the rules of the international competitive bidding. My fellow Ghanaians, this shows that the whole thing is fraud. Even if Energia AS was a Ghanaian company, then the Ghanaian shareholding is 70%, not 51%, that MEDA had led Ghanaians to believe. Otherwise, we assume a 19% that Miracle and MEDA want Ghanaians to believe have been given to an Angolan company for free. Free bonto. My fellow Ghanaians, focus. Let's focus. My fellow Ghanaians, if we have 70%, then how much has each existing Ghanaian equity shareholder contributed as capital towards PDS? MEDA needs to come out clearly and show us and tell us Ghanaians the truth. If the Energia AS is a foreign company, yes, if Energia AS is a foreign company with 19%, Miracle and MEDA should tell us how much seed capital Energia AS has contributed towards PDS, and they should tell Ghanaians and the United States taxpayer at what point did Energia AS become part of the transaction? How were they introduced to MEDA? And in what form did Miracle and their Ghanaian partners communicate that introduction to MEDA? With all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, let's go on. Who are the shareholders of Energia AS? I ask today, who are the shareholders of Energia AS? Who are the board members of Eneja AS? Who is the company secretary of Eneja AS? These are simple questions that demand simple answers. Did Eneja AS disclose its previous or current affiliation with Gabi Otredakong, Philip Ayensu, and cohort to MIDA and MCC at their point of entry into the now metaphorst PDS? Again, did MIDA intentionally bend the rules to evade full disclosure? The actions of MIDA and the process smacks fraud, my fellow Ghanaians. Again, the Thriller in Manila WhatsApp group that was clearly set up to discuss the PDS transaction. Can Gabi Otredakong explain his role in that transaction? What was the role of the president's brother, Edward Ekufu-Addo? How were the law firms in the transaction selected? If there is no fraud, no corruption, no breach of the prominent process, then Gabi Otredakong and MIDA should be able to come out clearly to the people of Ghana and answer these questions. These are straightforward questions. My fellow Ghanaians, in spite of all these questions surrounding Eneja AS, MIDA and MCC awarded the concession to Miracle, TG Energy, Santa Baron, and TGS Consortium. The question is, why? In fact, I can tell you that when the issue of Ejapamesa, when the issue of Ejapamesa and his conflict of interest came up to MIDA before submission of their final bid submission, MIDA was indifferent to Ejapamesa's role as an actor in the consortium and also as a state regulator. Again, MIDA was aware of such facts but chose to circumvent its own rules in the haste to award the contract to the pre-chosen Miracle PDS by hook or crook. My fellow Ghanaians, let's keep calm. Let's just focus on the last money. Let's focus on the scandal. Now, I would like to ask, how much money has Eneja AS contributed to the deal to end this huge 19% of government-sponsored loot? My fellow Ghanaians, from what I am seeing, we have a serious situation on our hands. We may have succeeded in giving away 19%, yes, free 19% of Ghanaian money to a foreign national behind Eneja AS for free. The honest truth, my fellow Ghanaians, is that the dam is breaking. The walls are weakening because the whole PDS deal is a scam. Finally, with all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, in weeks to come, I will reveal all the people behind this PDS scandal one after the other. My fellow Ghanaians, we have to focus and follow the money. We have not even touched on the Ghanaians 51% and all the frontmen. Yeah, we've not talked about Santa Baron, the TG Energies, TGS, and why Ken Oforiatta, through the president's lawyer, Akoto Ampao, is adamant on restructuring the equity in a so-called private PDS to include TB Plus, which belongs to Sickens and his cousin Chum, and Otinjesi of Tropical Cables, and Ghana Infrastructure Fund. My fellow Ghanaians, let's not forget the Ghana Infrastructure Fund. They intend to use the money. Where is the senior minister, Osafo Mafo, in all of this? Where lies his interest? I would like to ask Osafo Mafo, did he take part in this deal and which company did he represent? I've also been asking, who is the ex-convict involved in this scandal? I asked this question last week. There's an ex-convict who is involved in this scandal deeply. This person was jailed in New Jersey. I maintain that PDS is a veil. It is a bogus vehicle created to lubricate the transfer of Electricity Company of Ghana asset to enriching the president's brother Edward Ekufu, who is also known as Bumpty, some family members, and some cronies. The simple question is, why would EDF walk out of this deal at a nail-biting last minute after they have invested so much into this deal? Why would the French spend all these resources to go through this strenuous process only to withdraw at the nail-biting last minute? Does it make sense to you, my fellow Ghanaians? My fellow Ghanaians, this PDS deal is a total scam. It's a loot and share amongst family and friends, which was put together by the President Ekufu-Addo and his brother Bumpty. It is our responsibility as citizens to make sure every individual involved in this crime is exposed and prosecuted and at the end of the day jailed. In the weeks to come, I will reveal another set of names behind this scandal. We are not shutting up. We are not going to be distracted. We are not going to allow a few to intimidate we the masses. We have to fight for what is right, and we have to fight for the betterment of this nation. As I have always said, I am just a messenger, my fellow Ghanaians, who is ready to speak truth to power. I come with no Bible or Quran in my hand. All that I come with is truth. My fellow Ghanaians, my name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor. It's with all due respect.